What's up, guys? Tony here, Geek Legion Games, and if you noticed by the thumbnail, I'm not lying to you. Xros is still kicking strong, even with its restrictions. It's got 3 cards in here. Obviously, one of them is Shop 4. Then we have Sunrise, and then we have one more little Spice card in here, but we'll get to that in a minute. This should tell you something. If a deck is, limiting numbers of cards in there, it's still pretty good. I reached out to Michael. I asked him for this list. He's been doing pretty well at the store, and he topped a couple times, but more importantly, he keeps topping 4 and topping 8. So, deck is worth getting a shout out. So, before we dive into the deck profile, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you like my deck profile videos. And without further ado, let's get on it. Alright, to go with our Digimon, start off with the eggs. We're only running 4. You only need to run 4 because by the time you burn through the 3rd or 4th egg, your deck just wins at that point. Pikmons, when attacking, if you have a X Cross Heart, draw a card. Easy. It's going to have proc every single time, so up there. Up next, we got some Starmons, some Sparrows, and the Shoutmon. These are our rookie lineups with the Xros. On deletion saves. It's going to go across the board, so I'm not going to get into the on deletion save mechanics, but we also have one attacking here. If you have a Shoutmon, its name, draw a card. We have Reboot for when you get near cross 5. And then finally, this gives you Rush, obviously our X4 and our X5. This is also our Searcher 2, real top 3 cards. This deck is literally fully loaded with Digimon of X-Cross or Tamer, so this card is never gonna fail you. Unless you're looking for a certain piece and it's getting late in the game. Then it'll fail, but it will not. Next after that, we got 4 Ballistamons for a little 4. Basic or a blocker if you hard play it, but Inheritable has Piercing, which is really nice because we can get that Piercing to go off. Durulumon, I know I said his name wrong, but it's getting late. Basically for on play, you can do this from your Yellow Tamer as well. Same thing with this guy, you can do it from the Green Tamer. But on play for 4, or you have the Tamer effect to do it, it just gives one of your opponent's Digimon -3,000 for the end of their turn. So keep in mind, it's not just after you end your turn. And then when it's inheritable, when you have Shoutmon, it's attacking -2,000 to security, which is huge because our X5 is only 10k, so we kind of need some kind of a damper for the live. Up next are Sad, Lonely, Cross 4, Shoutmon. I think honestly, Japan, gave us the middle finger and took this away from us a little too soon. By that, we only had like 2 weeks to play with them. We should be playing up until now in December, like it'd be banned for us versus them over in Japan, because they get to play with it so much longer. But I'm not going to rant on it for much longer. You guys can argue in the comment section. Was it a good idea that this got banned early, or are you one of those people that want to actually keep playing with this and see tournament results and blah blah blah? Anyway, to replace the 3 missing ones, we have 4. Let me get to it in a second. Shoutmon King version. Basically, the 3 of these replace this because you can tuck a Shoutmon under it to give it I almost said haste. This isn't magic. Give it rush and swing for game. It's basically like our 3 memory hybrid. You can just on play and just swing out of nowhere. But and also it's a wild card, so that's why the 4th one came in here. Basically, if you want to go in this for game, you're missing one piece. Boom, you have this on the field already. I can just slot that in. You're missing one of these or these or these. Don't really matter. Then go to our last of our Shoutmon lineup. We have Cross 5. Security Tech +2. Basically everything does what Shoutmon X4 does, but it could stick around the field. Security +2, and it's got blocker. And then once you have all the inheritables, you can reboot with this. And then finally for our last 2 Digimon, because in our local store meta, it's Hydramon, Commandramon, Go Wide Dex. Best card to play with that. DeathX. I myself can't really figure out what to place with these if you don't have the budget for it. It is going down. It's like $65, $67. Still kind of pricey, but it is better than being at $85 when it used to be a couple weeks ago. So it is declining a little bit. So if you can get your hands on these, I would, because this card can just single-handedly just win you the game if it sticks around for 2 turns or whatever. But that'll be it for the Digimon. Let's get to our Tamer. Alright, for the tamer lineup, it's pretty cut and dry. We got Takis over here. These guys are basically engine for tapping him down, or you have him down, you can tap other tamers down to pull sources out for your X 4 and 5, or even Shout King version. But also, coming out of security, we're playing it for 3. Real top 4 cards. Add 1 piece to your hand, and then throw one under a tamer. So if you need 1 piece in hand, and whatever you need after that, you can just slot on the tamers. I would recommend, because Dark Nightmons are still a thing. Some people are still playing Black War Greymon. You don't want to obviously put all your eggs under one tamer specifically, because if they snipe it, you're out of luck. Yes, I know I said the word name wrong. Akira over here, basically our on play, you may play the yellow Digimon. I'm not going to pronounce the name because I will get it wrong. And it basically draws you cards by suspending them. So we run the 4 here because the deck wants to keep drawing cards. We want to have the deck in our hands because we need everything. So tap these, draw cards. Up next after that, we got Zinjuro over here. Basically the same version as her, except what he does is he gets to play out from either your tamers or from hand. You can play the blocker, green Digimon. And also, you can, any time you're playing Xros, you can tap these down and gain memory. So as long as you're not getting memory block, get 3 of these out there, 3 memory gain. Easy. And then lastly, our last tamer, you got Kira, aka Christopher. We're not really playing anything blue here. His is also our memory tamer for any of these guys, but if you are going against like Black War or Dark Knight like before, they're going to be sniping these consistently, and it prevent you to do what you want to do for your shouts, whatever, unless you have all 5 pieces in hand like Exodia, and you can just play it down. But if you have it scattered around, you don't have any of these, and you at least have 1 here, you can suspend this tamer and then do what you got to do, just like this guy can. That'll be it for the tamers. Let's get to our options. Up next, last for the deck, is our security options, our bomb cards if they come out of security, or we can play them. We got Crimson Blaze here, reduced the memory costs for playing it for 1 by each Digimon your opponent has in field. So you can go into Hydramon. This card is just free and really good, and it just pretty much stalls them for the turn because they can't special play anything. But it's also just like, you need to blow 2 things up. There it is. Up next, we have our Wyron's Breath, because sometimes there's some big baddies out there this deck can't handle. This card can deal with that. Nick 15k to summon for 8, that's fine. You already done a bunch of swings for turn. You know you got game next turn, but there's a big boy across the field that couldn't turn the cheek and beat ya. There it is. There's your answer. Lastly, for our Spice 1-ups, obviously we have Sunrise Buster here for good reason. For 5 memory, you can play Tamer for free, do its effects, and just give Nick 3,000 for each one of those tamers you have. So yeah, for 5 memory, it's a way better version of this card. So that's why we have this in here still, because we still want to be able to play our red or yellow tamers. And then lastly, our Spice other 1-of is Reinforced Memory Boost. A lot of people, you guys are going to be questioning about this. This could be something else. It could be another Wyron, it could be one of this, or this could be a completely different other card. It's just to fill a slot. And also too, for 6 memory, you could just recover something that like this deck can't do. Just recover 1 piece. It could be that tamer out there that you need. You slot in there, and your opponent has to force into that. Like this guy right here. If you need one of these, you don't want to play it after passing turn with this, and you hit this. Just put it on top of your security. Let them give it to you for free. You get a free search. Slot 2 things. Your turn comes around. Boom, beat them. That's basically it. And let me tell you, that has happened to me. Like last week, I was able to, get ahead with this with Blue Flare, which is a very bad matchup because it's just a grind. But when I had to hit in this after this, whatever, just to try to win, I almost lost. But yeah, that would do it for the deck profile. This deck can still kick ass, so I am gonna give this another try. I have this all sleeved up to my signature sleeves. I love these sleeves a lot, so I might give this a try after the holidays. Speaking of the holidays, I'm gonna be home a little bit more now because tomorrow's my last day of work before the holidays, so I'm off Friday and then off Monday next week. But for the holiday season, no, I won't get too long with this. I will be turning TCG down because we're gonna go on vacation. So it's gonna be down up until January 1st. We're gonna turn it back on. There's a reason I'm getting more bulk in, more stuff for the store. So I want to be able to have everything. So when it comes to the new year, I'm gonna open up arms wide with a whole bunch of stuff, which I'll keep posting on Facebook, my Discord channel, of course. But I'm rambling on too much. If you like this video so far, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you all next time. Don't forget to get your geek on.